Welcome, 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 everybody, all you wonderful people, to the third class in our Breathe Right for vitality, stamina, and longevity, because we all want to live a happy, healthy, long life, right? Yeah. Okay. Uh, so I thought we would just chat for a moment, but before we did, I wanted to be sure that I told you about
Tape.
Lovely
right?
tape.
The tape. Debbie knows.
I
Okay.
tried them all.
She's tried them all. Oh, good. So you can give them. So this is for nighttime. And this is to, have any of you tried it now? Bonnie, how is it?
It's good. I prefer the masking tape to the plastic tape.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? I used this for ages.
It's too sticky. The plastic stuff is too sticky.
Yes.
And it leaves little sparkles on your lips,
Oh,
Oh, well, that may
which
look
is not
pretty
a good thing. It's like microplastic.
good. Oh, ooh,
oh,
ooh.
gross. Yeah,
Oh,
that's not
thank you
good.
for that.
It's like sparklies on a card, like a greeting card.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
really?
It's like
Oh,
microplastic, which is
So no,
okay.
everyone
I'll take
know
a
what
look.
you
So
did.
I've been using, hey, Meg. Hey, Meg. So I've been using this for a while, but I was using the masking tape for a long, long time.
Yep.
And what you do is you take one corner and then the other corner, and then you kind of
fold it over.
fold it over so that if you want to have an easy exit. So you,
Oh yeah.
so I mean, you could just do this if you sort of.
I don't cover my whole mouth. I just put it in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That works. Oh, I've been covering my whole mouth.
Me too.
Right across.
I cover my whole mouth.
A little drip, about tiny little drip this way. It seems more comfortable for me.
Right.
And I use one of those tape that you tape guard bandages to your leg or whatever. Wound
Yeah.
you have.
Oh
And
yeah,
that's
athletic
perfectly
tape.
fine.
Is that hard to get off?
It doesn't seem to stick too badly. No, I just give me. Let me see if I can find it. Just hang on.
There's
Actually,
a
it's not quite sticky enough so that when you go like this, you take off the whole thing. Oh, your whole mouth.
Like your whole
It's
lip.
Right.
not quite. It's not quite wax.
not a hair remover.
No. And yet it can be a bit of one. So I've got just a sec.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see that? Nope.
Yep.
No.
I find that too key. It just pulls on my mouth and it hurts. So I went back to using this.
Oh, to which one? Let's see.
It's
Oh.
it's a little bit sweaty, but it's a skinny little tape, and I just put it right here.
Okay, good. Good.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody's got their tips on what
Yes.
you must have.
I just got to try what works for you, right?
Yes, that's right. That's right. Okay, so I'm going to well, let's just talk for a few minutes on if anybody has any questions, but I've got one question for everybody.
Hey,
How are you doing?
is that a question?
Good.
I am asking, does anybody have any comments about how they're doing with their breathing?
I am finding that the issue that popped up in September, where I have breathless episodes, and I had a really good day Saturday walking. I was able to do 3 times one round, steps to 10, but I couldn't do any more.
Oh,
But today, I couldn't get past 8. I managed to do 9, so it varies just depending on what's happening with me.
Yeah, and that's a really good point. Thank you for that, because it could be that you're tired. It could be that it's the end of the day, it's the beginning of the day. It could be that you had too much coffee. I mean, really, it's got to do with your physiology, and it'll change. But actually, that's a really good goal. And so the question was that a natural 9, a natural 10, or was that a push 9 or a push 10?
Well, with the push 10, when I had a really good day. 9 was kind of on the edge.
Okay.
Maybe I was pushing a bit, but not as hard as the 10. But today, 8 was just about all I can do. I know I'm extra tired because I've got some deadlines, like I just mentioned with the. It's been a crazy week last week. I did make sure I walked if I did nothing else. And that's all I could manage last week was the walking.
Fabulous, fabulous, because walking is exercise, and exercise warms up all the whole metabolism, the whole system, and that's what helps to incite or release the carbon dioxide, because the carbon dioxide is kind of produced by that extra warmth. So if your CP, your comfort pause, tends to stay at the same number, by exercising, you can add another level of the carbon dioxide, right? Because that's releasing the carbon dioxide, and it's another opportunity to mature your CP level if it seems to be going at the same level for a long period of time. And you also brought up a good point, is it is what it is, and we're really not pushing. It's more like you're just observing, oh, it's a 9 today. Instead of saying, I'm going to go for a 9 today. It's more like, oh, it's a 9 today. And it's a 6 tomorrow. And that, in that way, we get to learn, observe what actually really is kind of going on. Because we say, oh yeah, well, you know, today I was really tired and I had a 6. Or I was doing something, or it was the end of the day. So it's more like you're witnessing, you're observing, rather than trying to get the same number all the time. It won't be the same all the time. Because you notice when you go up a hill, it's a different number. When you go down, it's a different number. And it should be a different number. It should be a different number. Excellent. Anybody else have a comment or a question?
I found that
Ronald.
when I'm walking for exercise, I can't breathe through my nose because I go too fast.
Oh, okay. So what's the answer?
I have to walk slowly.
Oh, you had the answer.
But it defeats the purpose of getting exercise.
Well, okay. Nice point, John. This will not last forever, but if you don't do that, then it will last longer and longer. But if you sort of say, you know what, for the next 2 weeks, I'm on this exploration of, if I walk slowly, I go, okay, actually in 3 or 4 days, you'll notice that you can start picking up the pace a little bit more, or 5 days. Everybody's different, but you can start picking up the pace more, so that in maybe around 2 weeks, you're back to your normal. But it's like right now, it needs culturing to bring that sensitivity to carbon dioxide, which is making you open your mouth. That's what's making you open your mouth. And as soon as you open your mouth, you're getting rid of the carbon dioxide. And it's the carbon dioxide that's actually oxygenating your blood. So it's like this weird conundrum of, what do I do? So you just say, okay, for the next couple of weeks, I'm just going to explore, and maybe go out for a walk a couple of times a day. If you can, maybe lesser period, or these are just options, just options, so that you can build up that tolerance.
Okay.
So you had your answer right there. Maybe I should walk slower. Love it.
When you're doing the cupping exercise, can you go longer than 5 minutes?
The which one?
Is the aim to the cupping? So is the aim to go longer than 5 minutes?
You could if you want. But
Like,
if you get to 5, most people go, okay, I'm done, I want the next one.
Yeah. Okay.
So what are you noticing, Debbie?
Well, sometimes I can go longer. I can go
Okay.
further than the 5 minutes. Other times I'm like, yes, I got to get off. I'm ready to finish.
Okay,
So,
then
yeah.
go longer because you are getting that. uh, Are you, here's the question. Are you able to reduce the breath more?
Yep, yep.
Okay. Okay,
So the
good.
intake and outtake is shorter.
Right. In other words, instead of it being in and out, it's more like in, out,
Yeah,
in, out. And it's still comfortable.
yeah. Well, that's when I do it that way. That's when I got to get off at 5 minutes. So
Okay.
if I switch it up a bit and do a longer one and then some shorter ones, then I'm better at getting to the 5.
Keep in mind what you ultimately want to do is to have a very, very light breath and a soft breath. And that's going to give you some air hunger, which in turn is going to probably bring some warmth into your system in the saliva. And that is depicting that you are bringing in that oxygenation into the system. The air hunger is saying there's CO2 in the blood, and that CO2 is opening the door for the oxygen to get out of the blood and into the tissues and cells, which is going to show up in the form of, oh, proof is, oh, my hands are warm, or you take my sweater off, or there's saliva.
Okay.
So the more, as you become more tolerant of the CO2, you will get to your point where you're asking, can I go longer and can I go finer? That's because you're building that tolerance. Over breathing is what can create a lot of problems. Like it's the sensitivity to carbon dioxide that makes us want to overbreathe, and that overbreathing can exacerbate any anxiety. It can create our panic attacks. If we're having any anxiety at all, it exacerbates it. So when we have those periods of this light, slow breath, then we are connecting the vagus nerve, which is communicating with the parasympathetic nervous system. It's all part of that. And that is allowing the mind to settle down and the body to settle down. And then our sleep is better. It can affect depression and moods.
Yeah.
If we're over breathing, because everything is becoming out of sync. And it can also help lower blood pressure because the carbon dioxide is also opening the blood vessels, so the blood can flow through. We're breathing through the nose, which has got that nitric oxide, which is also helping to dilate the arteries and the blood vessels and everything. So breathing slow, light, and deep is so important. And the deep is, as we know, it's into the lower ribs and belly. So that's good that you're wanting to breathe lighter. Yes, yes, Alice.
Can you go over the homework page, how to fill it out?
Yeah. Alice just has a question, and then I will put that up.
I notice when I'm walking, I tend to tighten my jaw while I'm doing the counts, and I'm trying to relax it, but I find it really hard to do.
Well, the fact that you're noticing it is really the first step. Actually, it's a huge step, because a lot of times we don't notice it until after the fact. We go, oh my God, my jaw's so sore. But you're noticing it now, and then you can let go. Try this. I think we've done it with Lila and Debbie.
Right.
Everybody try it. See if you can do it.
Horse imitation.
That'll really loosen you, because you have to get really loose. Very good. It's like you want these guys to kind of go. Anyways. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen
Uh,
and show you here, the form. The form. So this is week 3. And what this is, HR is heart rate, CP is control or comfort pause, reduced breathing. And so we do. And so one week we might not do one of these. So then you wouldn't do them. Or if you decide I really like this one and I'm getting a lot from the finger blocking or the Canadians cadence or counting while I'm walking, then do those, right? So what you do, and you can't see my lines in here, but you put the date, put the time. We're going to do the heart rate right now in our CP. And then what you do is just put that number that you get down in this. Okay. And then if you notice something, make a comment.
You don't do this for each exercise though, right?
No, you do it for each day because you're actually taking the numbers like this is a whole day. So you can see in one day or one time, because if you do it twice a day, which would be really nice if you did. Yeah. Does that make sense, Jen?
And all these are defined in your notes, right?
Well, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. All right. Ta-da!
I have a question around, because we were talking about cupping. I wondered, and you're trying to inhale carbon dioxide when you do that, right? Would it be the same, one, with a COVID mask? Are you breathing in carbon dioxide? And 2, when you have your head under the sheets, when you're sleeping? It's too bright in the morning, so I have to put the sheets over my head.
Really nice question. Yeah, so the masks are definitely a bit of a challenge for some people. And
Did you put your mouse down, hand down, please?
sure,
Thank you.
I was
I just
demonstrating
read a
that.
lot. I'm not understanding
Oh,
what
that's
you're
right.
saying.
That's
Alice
right.
lip reads.
I'm so sorry, Alice. Okay, yes. So a mask is containing your air. So it's almost like you're doing cupping, except it's got a lot more, the mask is more porous, right? And it can get in the sides and the material is generally more porous, but you're breathing back the carbon dioxide. And so if you have quite a sensitivity to carbon dioxide, then there's that breathlessness. You want to take another breath. So as you become more, as your CP starts to grow, okay, when you're around 10 to 15, under 25, you'll notice that your breathing may be a faster, maybe more shallow to a degree. And then as you get to 25, you'll start noticing that your natural breathing is more lighter. It's softer. There's not as much sound. It's got its natural breathing ability, which is light, slow, deep, diaphragmatic. It's through the nose, and there's a slight pause after exhalation. That is when you can tell that just by your CP, but it shows up in your breath. So if you're on the lower side right now, it's just be interested and go, okay, well, my number is 5 or 10 or 15 or whatever the number is, and watch your breathing. It may show up that it's a little more shallow, it's a little heavier, noisier. You may want to open your mouth because you're building up that tendency to want to open up your mouth because you're sensitive to the carbon dioxide. And so under the sheets, it's the same kind of thing, only sort of going this way. But you're not going to, I mean, all within reason, right? There's a balance to things. If you were doing that for hours and hours a day, I don't think that would be good.
I wouldn't get much done. if I was doing
Don't
that.
think so.
But that makes sense, the fabric, even at the sheets, it's porous, right? So, okay,
Okay,
thanks, Deborah.
okay, great. Yeah, Alice has got her hands up. Maggie, and then you're on,
Oh, sorry, I was muted, sorry.
yeah. So Alice? Alice?
I have a question. Can I ask that?
Yeah.
When I'm walking, doesn't happen right away, but when I'm getting into it, I notice it hurts to breathe. It hurts when the air is coming in with my mouth closed up in here. It kind of hurts.
Do you have
So I'm
sinusitis
kind of
or anything?
wondering if I was pushing it too hard or.
It could
what
be,
that
it could be. Because ideally is that light, slow, soft, deep. And it depends on what's going on with your turbinates and your sinuses and that, whether they're irritated.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, it goes away when I stop walking. It's just that when I'm doing
Right.
that.
You may be breathing too hard and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Am I,
Maybe aggravating it. Hi, Meg.
Hi, sweetie. I was just wondering, if you wear a mask for a long time, is it unhealthy?
Not really.
Really? Okay.
Because you're breathing in that carbon dioxide, right? And the mask, you can still get oxygen in the mask, right?
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
if you're very, very sensitive to carbon dioxide in the beginning, it sure feels like it. But as your CP grows,
Hmm.
your discomfort will start to diminish.
Hmm.
But I mean, it's all in balance,
Hmm.
like,
Hopefully we won't have to wear them for too long.
yeah,
much longer.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's not like, I mean, if you're wearing them all day, I mean, some people, I was just speaking to a acupuncturist today, and she said she came home and she went in and had a shower, and her daughter came up to her and she said, "Mom, you're taking a shower with your mask on."
Oh, dear.
Because
Wow.
she has gotten so used to it
Oh, my.
that it's not. But if we're really sensitive to carbon dioxide, then it's not going to be comfortable.
Mm-mm.
So let's get our CP up. So on that note,
Good
who is
question.
actually,
should I be raising my hand?
oh, maybe
If I
that's a
want to
good
ask a
idea.
question?
Yep,
Just like this?
sure. I can see that.
Okay, because I wasn't sure how to do that.
Oh,
I
it
think
was
there's
just
some
'cause I
sort of
was muted.
icon, isn't there?
Say that again.
Is there some sort of icon for raising your hand?
There
Oh,
is
you
under
could.
reactions.
Or just
Yes.
raise your hand. I
Oh,
don't
that's
like
a, well, that's a
like
really
that.
good one. Well, there's that reactions. You see the reactions down in the bottom right?
Oh, yes.
Hold on.
Oh, there you go.
We all raised our hand. Okay. So, shall we? I think they just automatically go down, Bonnie, right? Or do you have to do it?
I'm not sure. They used to
Actually,
automatically,
you go
but,
back in there and you lower it.
and you lower it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, mine. Okay. Yeah. So in that same thing where you did yeah, nice. Okay. So is anybody taking their blood pressure?
I am.
No,
Don't know how to do that.
Do you have
need a machine.
a blood pressure monitor?
I do.
Okay, great.
I have a
mean,
machine.
Oh, if you do, it's just great to see monitor, like do your heart rate, do your blood pressure, and do that, and just see. It's really quite interesting over time. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so let's do our heart rate. Do you need me to bring the clock a little bit closer?
Fine.
I'm just gonna cheat.
I can never do this. Yeah.
I'm gonna cheat. Oh, right.
Gave us the heart app last week.
The
remember?
heart app is great.
Yeah.
And it's very accurate
great.
to my heart monitor or to
Yeah.
my blood pressure monitor.
Yeah. Good.
I did. I downloaded it.
So how do we take this again, Deb? I can never get this right, and I'm not going into my phone. So we just,
So, well,
on
you know, in your neck, hypothetically, if you're alive.
yeah, I can feel it in my wrist, actually.
Yeah.
So
The
it's
neck's
gone.
nice and big. So count 15 the heartbeats in 15 seconds or 30 seconds, and then time appropriately for 60 seconds.
Can't feel a thing. My heart must beat really, really lightly because I can barely feel it.
Yeah, try your carotid artery.
I am.
I think I'm going to make it bigger and go here. So, now the number's really big.
Oh, so I can feel it now. So you count how many heartbeats you have in a number of seconds, Deborah?
Yeah, like 15 seconds. You
Okay.
go 15 seconds and you count how many beats there are in the 15 seconds.
Okay.
Or 30.
Okay.
You know, somebody says, 30 is more accurate, but okay. And now, how about our control pause? Comfort pause.
Not very good at this. Would be a terrible nurse.
So we're going to go natural breath in, natural breath in, natural breath in, out, pinch the nose and count your seconds until
yeah.
your first definite sign that you want to release. But when you release, go back breathe into your nose, and you shouldn't need to take a big breath. So you breathe back into your nose.
So out and then egg.
Yeah, natural breath in, natural breath out, pinch the nose out, and
Okay.
count your seconds.
I know.
Any more questions? And you're not pushing. You're not trying to get a number. You're trying to be observant of just what the number is so that you can on a regular basis see how you're growing or what you need.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm about 15. Is that about average? Or am I counting that correctly?
Average, I don't think what you're aiming for is to have around 25
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
on an average basis,
Hello.
on an ongoing basis,
Okay.
and then work up to 30 and 40 over time. But so 25, working up to 20, and then 25. 25 is sort of that place where your breathing is going to start showing it.
Nowhere near that.
Me
Well,
neither.
it's something to look forward to. Okay. So speaking about working for, yes, John?
If I wear a mask all the time, will I get used to my carbon dioxide faster than if I don't?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Would that be comfortable for you?
Ugh,
I guess anything you get used to, eh?
no.
I would just do it. You know what? I would do it in small increments. Like you could do it 4 times a day. That's 5 times a day. Four times a day for up to 5 minutes. But here's the thing. If you have a low number, that means you have a low tolerance to carbon dioxide. And you don't want to push it because that could create some anxiety, that could create some discomfort, some panic, some issues. So you just want to go really slowly and do, let's say for a couple minutes many times a day, or just listen, because this is such a great opportunity to start paying attention to how you do things, right? Because if you're a type of like me, like a type A, I'm in training. I'm an A-aholic. Hi, my name is Deborah, and I'm an A-aholic. It's like, I want to go, 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 go.
I'm a
Well,
Baba
of course,
hog.
I want to go for the 5 minutes, right? And I want to get us, but I've really been training myself to not do that and just be really listening to what my body is saying, not what this guy wants, but what my body is saying.
Mhm.
Because then you're going to be working in tandem with your body. And then say, oh, you know what, today I'm going to go 3 or I'm going to go 5 minutes. But just
With
know
your
that
nose held? Oh,
with your
with
what?
y- not with your nose held 5 minutes. You're talking about a mask. Sorry.
If you can hold your nose for 5 minutes, mine will be one of those deep sea
Deep
divers.
divers. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can't even get past
You
50.
should get a new profession.
Yeah. I guess I'm sorry. I thought you were saying
Okay,
that.
so let's do our reduced breathing. Any questions on reduced breathing?
What is it? Just slower?
Yes,
slower?
it's the one where, so let's sit tall. Ooh, I'm going to do my timer. So John, this is also good for, oh, you have a question there, or do you want to lower your hand?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Got a new toy.
That's right. Okay. This is the one where, well, I'll work you through it. So we're sitting tall. You're just checking in. And just by checking in, you can be reducing your breath. Crown of the head to the ceiling. There's an open space between the sternum and your lower belly. Shoulders are relaxed. And the chin is back just a little bit. So you feel like you've got an open airway. And so there's a gentle breath in, gentle breath out for yourself. You're just breathing very lightly. So it's slow, it's light, and it's deep into the lower ribs. And the belly is relaxed. And you take a nice, easy breath in. And there's a relaxation at the top of the breath. And then the breath passively exhales. And there's a slight pause at the end of the breath, but you're not pushing it. You're not pushing it. Notice if you want to push it. Just notice it. So it's a nice light breath in, very relaxing. And the idea is to have air hunger. So how do we get air hunger? By slowing down the breath. And that could be just a little snippet of air hunger. It's more like, I want to take a breath. So you're gauging it. You're learning to gauge where your breathlessness is, your dyspnea it's called. And you want to have it in a place where there's just a little bit, there's still a comfort there. But there's also a little bit of discomfort. And that discomfort is, it's not to the point where you want to cough or you want to take a big breath. So if you want to take a big breath, then recalibrate. And you're in complete control of the breath. So that air hunger is it's saying there's carbon dioxide in the blood, and it's the carbon dioxide that allows the brain to communicate with the diaphragm to have you breathe. So if we're constantly wanting to take a breath, we want to increase our stamina of carbon dioxide, our tolerance of carbon dioxide. And what this also is a very good exercise, like a meditation. Because doing this exercise, you really can't think of anything else other than looking at the clock and finishing.
Just made a little note when I was doing a little bit of meditation, or when I was starting to use my breath a lot for when I get those panic attacks. And also when I hum, when I hum and I breathe, I can't think.
That's right. We're going to do a humming today, as a matter of
Oh,
fact.
really? Okay.
Yep. Yep. Right on.
Just thought I discovered, I just had to slow my thinking down. So I just started to hum all the time and it works.
So are you feeling any form of air hunger?
Just at the end of my breath, if I take a pause at the end and I hold it for a tiny second, I can feel that I want to take another breath. So, and that feels comfortable.
Then the question is, do you want to take a big breath?
Not when I breathe evenly. No, I since I've started taking your class, I can keep my breathing pretty even.
Nice.
I'm finding.
Very nice. Okay, so on the final ones, just now lighten the breath even more. If you feel like you can do that. Otherwise, just stay the same. See if you can have a little lighter breath. And feel just a little bit of air going in your nostrils, the cool air going in, and the warm air coming out.
I feel more air hunger when I'm breathing more lightly, for sure.
And that's a really good sign. Okay. That was 5 minutes.
Wow. Wow. Good.
Put it on my
Okay.
sheet.
So that's it. So let's just stay with our just being quiet for a moment and check in and see, how do I feel now right after this breath?
So when I'm breathing in, Deborah, to breathe down into my lower lungs, I tend to extend my lungs before I do the breath. It's almost like preparing the musculature in my lungs to expect the breath, and I just gonna do it automatically. I seem to get a better breath if I do that.
Your question was, do I breathe into my lower lungs? What do I do?
No, when I'm doing my breathing, when I'm preparing to take my in breath, like I almost pre-prepare my lower diaphragm for the breath. Only a matter of an inch of a second, but it seems to make me able to be to breathe better when I don't know if that makes sense, but
That's a very good point, Maggie. So what's going to happen is you won't need to prep anymore. It's just going to be. But if you notice that, if you keep your belly relaxed and you just naturally breathe in into the lower ribs, like the bottom two ribs,
lungs, yeah,
and you're relaxed, then the belly will just naturally move out just a little bit. And it's very blissful. Just being very present. And in our society, a lot of us have come from this place of having to keep the belly tight and keep the belly in. And now, so there's this new thing of just having the belly relax. And so it may be a while before that actually connects so that the belly remains relaxed. Okay. So that was our reduced breathing. Oh no. Oh yes, I did. Okay, yeah, I did. I was gonna cry because I forgot, but I didn't. Okay, that's your reduced breathing, and you can do that in the car, at the grocery store, anytime, or when you're doing your breathing. Um, you know, have you been noticing your breath more during the day?
I'm much more aware of it. I'm less aware than when I first started, but there's a general awareness to be unconsciously aware of my breath. And that just brings me back to it all the time.
And so, you know, you're brushing your teeth or you're putting your makeup on. John,
Yeah,
this is
yeah, right.
specifically for you.
Mhm.
Putting your makeup on, and Bobby Joe when you're shaving. or
Don't laugh, I
something,
shave.
you know, those are perfect times to go, oh my goodness, I'm holding my breath. Why would I hold my breath when I'm plucking my
Or I find
eyebrows?
I
You know,
breathe
so
through
it's more like it's it's such a great opportunity to just check in and have BA,
I forget to breathe. If I'm not, I realized before I
breath
started taking
awareness.
class, yeah,
Yeah.
I breathed far too shallowly. I wasn't really breathing at all.
So okay, you bring up a good point. If you're breathing shallow, it's up here.
Yeah, that's what I was doing
If you're
before, but
being
yeah.
small and you're breathing down here, you're not really breathing shallow. You're breathing deep, but you're breathing more refined.
Mhm.
So let's go to the mini small breath holds. Is that me? Oh, that's what happens when you email an old friend.
They usually call when you're on the
They
phone.
call when you're doing a class. Okay, so we're going to do the mini small breath holds, but we're going to start with 5. Then we're going to do that a couple of rounds. We're going to go to 7, and then we're going to go to 9. Okay. And if you go to 9 and you go, nope, then you just go back to 7. Okay. All right. So, oh, you know, in the swaying thing,
Mhm.
and I say it was just more for soothing. Turns out it elicits endorphins. That's why it feels so good.
Mm.
Isn't that kind
Like
of
that.
cool?
Like
So we're
that.
getting stoned on endorphins. So sway, babe.
Like chair dancing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sitting nice and tall, crown of the head to the sky. If it's a clear day, if it's not, you can do it to the ceiling. And natural breath in, natural breath out. Pinch the nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. And you're always breathing back in through the nose at a nice, easy pace. You don't want to gulp the air in and you don't want to open your mouth. And you're waiting for about 10 seconds. And then natural breath in, natural breath out. Pinch the nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Breathe in. Nice, easy breath into the lower ribs and belly. Feeling maybe a little bit of air hunger. It's that first taste of air hunger. And if you're going, oh, that's so simple, that means you're gaining in your CP. And natural breath in, natural breath out. Pinch the nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. And what's it like when you breathe in? Is it okay? So you just assess that and change what do you need. And so if it feels comfortable to go on to 7, let's go on to 7. Otherwise, stay at 5. Natural breath in, natural breath out. Pinch the nose. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. In through the nose. How's that feeling? If you feel like closing your eyes, just don't fall asleep.
Mhm.
And natural breath in, natural breath out. You're not taking a big gulp of air. Pinch the nose. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Relax. Natural breath in, natural breath out. Pinch the nose. 9, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Breathing back in, noticing how was that to breathe back in? Did you have to take a big gasp?
Excuse me.
Nice and relaxed. Natural breath in, natural breath out. Pinch the nose. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. So we're going to continue with the 9. So if that feels comfortable, let's continue. Otherwise, you judge. Go back to 7 or 5. Natural breath in, natural breath out. Pinch the nose. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. In through the nose. A little bit of air hunger. And waiting. And natural breath in, natural breath out. Pinch the nose. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A couple more. And relax. Very soothing when you rock. And natural breath in, natural breath out. Pinch the nose. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Is it a nice natural breath in? Or is it a little bit of a gasp? And there we go. And stay still for a few moments, eyes closed, noticing the effects in the body.
I find this on the web.
So lovely. See what this is doing? It's activating the parasympathetic nervous system, the vagus nerve. That's why we feel so calm. And we want to nurture that. Okay. So moving right on into cupping. So has anybody got any questions or comments on the cupping?
I
Gotta be
have a
good.
lot of trouble closing up all the gaps. I seem to always have a gap. I put it on my hand that try this and that. I can't seem to do it.
Well, you know what? I found sometimes by widening my hands, and then a hand underneath, right here, and then I kind of play with the fingers.
She can't hear you.
Play with the finger. Play with the fingers, positioning, moving them around. Yeah, instead of, just like, try it flattening the hands. And so there's a kind of manipulation, yeah.
Where are your fingers at? Between your eyes here, like this?
No, it's just like whatever works for you to get a nice seal, but it's
Mhm.
not going to be totally sealed. Although some days you can get some really good seals, can't you, Deb?
Yes.
And then, so you just want to take advantage of those if you can, and if that makes it really uncomfortable, then you've got those little air holes.
Actually, putting my thumbs up help. I have a very pointy chin.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay. Face it. Okay. So Siri has now gone and looked up breathing
Oh,
on
not
body and
internet,
stuff like that.
please.
So,
No internet. Yuck. Hate the internet.
okay, so we're going to start. And so there's, oh, yeah, placing your hands over, yeah, and relaxing the shoulders. And if anything, you can just roll the shoulders down and back. Long neck, bring the chin back if you can. And if it's better, you can always place your elbows on a table, because they're, the back may feel like it's being challenged. Yeah. And so you're taking those nice, easy breaths in, so that they're light, and they're slow. You're breathing out that carbon dioxide and breathing it back in again. So that's where you might feel your hands are really warm, or your body gets warm. So this one's an excellent one. And you lift your hands off at any time when you feel like I've had enough, I just need a break. You've got complete control of that, of letting more air in. And over time, as you're feeling that you can tolerate the carbon dioxide, you can close up the spaces. So what we're also doing is we're building stamina. So I think it was Alice that you were saying that you could only go for a little bit, right? And what's going to happen is you're just going to build up stamina as you go along. Yeah, good, John. Take a break. Yeah, excellent. And so it's a light breath in. If you're feeling comfortable, you go a light breath in and a light breath out. Because when we're breathing a lot, that creates a lot of issues with our sleep, with how we're feeling, our emotions. It can create like the adrenals going. So it exacerbates us being out in the world and stress and all sorts of things like anxiety and that. So slowing the breath down, when you take a little breath in and a little breath out, and a little breath in, little breath out. And if that's too much, you just take a little bit bigger breath, but you're looking for that air hunger, because air hunger is saying, oh, the carbon dioxide is increasing in my blood. That's what the air hunger is saying. Oh, good stuff. And as we do this more and more, it doesn't trigger us. That's what anxiety is. Anxiety can be a big component is a low tolerance to carbon dioxide, and it makes us want to breathe and hyperventilate or overbreathe. And that just keeps the cycle going. That's 4 minutes. If you want to go on, you can go on. So you can do these exercises 3, 4, 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. And you're looking at Lori. How are you doing, Bobby Joe? Hmm. 30 seconds more. Just a nice slow breath in, light.
Mm.
Mhm. So this is where if you like to take, put things on your comments, you could say, today was really good. Today didn't feel so good. Today, whatever. And just notice, okay, excellent. And then close the eyes and check in. Be thankful you don't have your hands over your face. Just check in. Mhm. And the question, do I actually breathe a lot with my mouth open during the day? Hmm. All right. Okay, so we'll relax. Do you hear anything in the background, in my background?
I just don't want to hear anything electronic. I can hear like a little bit of dull people
So what
talking.
you've got in my background is our neighbors. So we're just
Oh,
going to
that's what I
let our
thought.
neighbors go.
Mhm.
So the next one is the cadence breath. So the cadence, what we're going to do is we're going to do in for 4, out for 6, but hum. And that humming, it activates that nitric oxide. So humming activates nitric oxide, increases it up to 15%. So that means opening up the blood vessels, opening up the airways, opening up the arteries, and the blood flow is much, much better. Okay. So look at it from that standpoint alone. And then, so what we're going to do is we're going to go in for 4 and out for 6. Is everybody now comfortable with in for 4 and out for 6?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So let's begin. Just a natural breath in and a natural breath out. And then in, 2, 3, 4, hum, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Hum, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Hum, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Hum, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Hum, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Hum, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Hum, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Hum, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Hum, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Hum. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Hum. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Hum. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Hum. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Hum. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Hum. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Hum. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Hum. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Hum. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Hum. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Hum. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. What did I do? I'm off. Hum. Blah 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 blah.
Mine too.
6.
I
In,
transcended.
2, 3, 4. Yeah.
You only had 3 seconds to go, anyways. I think I held it up pretty well, huh?
Yep.
It's like, I'm going. Bye. Oh, transcended into nothingness. Okay, let's
Yeah.
your eyes and just tune in how you feel. Because you're bringing more oxygen to the brain. Heart rate goes down, so the blood pressure goes down. Activates the parasympathetic nervous system and integrates. This is a really fabulous one. And now, I know we're a little late. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, we did steps. We inhale, exhale, pinch the nose, walked for 10 steps, and then stood still.
Mhm.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, exhale, hold the breath, walk 10 steps, and keep walking. And then inhale. So it's the same thing, and we're adding a little bit more activity. Instead of resting in between, we've got more activity. Okay, so we're going to stand up and put our chair out of the way. So, and I may just say, can you walk a little faster, right? So you can kind of play with it. Okay, so we'll start out nice and easy. So we're walking, and it's a natural breath in and a natural breath out. Pinch the nose, walk for 10 steps. Release the head, but remember, breathe back in through the nose. Keep walking. If that's too much, go to 5 steps or 8 steps. So you don't want to gasp. That's your guide. And natural breath in, natural breath out, pinch the nose, 10 steps. Release into the nose and into the lower ribs. And if that's, like I say, just honor where you're at. You can let the hands off at 8 seconds. And if you need more time to adjust, then take more time to adjust, and then natural breath in, natural breath out, pinch the nose, 10 steps.
Ah.
And then release. So here we're definitely building the stamina. And if you're ready, then natural breath in and natural breath out, pinch the nose, 10 steps, release. Bringing the breath back to natural. And natural breath in, natural breath out, pinch the nose. Release. How does it feel?
Good.
If it's feeling good and you want to pick up the pace, then pick up the pace. Otherwise, stay at that pace. Okay. Natural breath in, natural breath out, pinch the nose. Release. And how does that feel? When you're doing these exercises, don't necessarily talk because you want to conserve your CO2. It's gold. I get to do that. I go and do my breathing exercises after class. Natural breath in, natural breath out, pinch the nose. So if your CP is low, then you want to walk slow and you want to build up very gently. You don't want to push it, not necessary. Natural breath in, natural breath out, pinch the nose. Release. If you feel like you want to walk even faster, your guide is if you want to open your mouth and gasp. And natural breath in, natural breath out, pinch the nose. And relax. And slow down. And just walk a little. When your breath is back to normal, just come and sit down. Cool, huh?
Yeah.
Any comments from the peanut gallery?
Nope.
Was it okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
any
good.
questions?
Got harder for sure.
Yeah, and so did you stay at the regular rate? Regular rate,
No.
it's $2.99. The more expensive one is, no, okay, so regular, yes. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna see, you're gonna be building up the tolerance and it won't be as much effort.
It'll be $1.99.
You'll be $1.99.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. So that one you might want to write a little comment on, because this one is steps, and just write yourself a little note. It's steps with holding the breath for 10 seconds and then keep walking until the breath comes back to normal. I'll have that in the instruction, in my instructions that I send you.
Keep walking.
all righty.
And do that for 5 minutes at a time?
Yes,
Hmm.
that one's a good one. That one's a really good one, because you've got the movement in there. So it's adding a little bit more. It's almost like you're out doing the walking one, but you're adding that breath hold. Now, when you're out with a bunch of people and you're doing your
A
walk.
bunch of people? Where do you live?
No, well,
Not
I'll
allowed,
clarify.
not
A
allowed.
bunch of people passing you.
Yeah.
I go to Thetis Lake and I've got all these people and I've got runners spewing and I've got rid of them. But so when you do that, what was I going to say?
Deborah.
I did that all the time.
Oh, by the way, breathing really helps your memory.
I can see that.
So,
Spewing? Oh, what a horrible expression.
so
What a horrible visual.
it is actually. So you're walking. Oh yeah, so you're counting, right? You're just normally counting 10 in or 9 in or 8 in or 7 in or whatever. Now you're adding another level. If you're walking along and you count to 10 and you take the breath off, but you don't need to be walking in the forest like this. The bears don't care. You can
Yeah.
do it if you're by yourself, but if people are passing you and you're going like this, they go, "I'm sorry, I didn't do it.
Probably take a picture of myself.
Wasn't me." So, okay, so you can just put your tongue back in your glottis and close your. Okay. Okay,
Okay.
so
I'm gonna put my garbage out that night.
like we're doing it a little soon, but let's see what your heart rate is. It's probably up.
Oh,
Going a little soon.
Oh yeah, you got the little app there.
App.
I love this thing.
Uh,
Thanks, Lala.
Yeah, thanks, Lella. So remember, you're finding your. So was it elevated? A little bit?
Not much.
Not
Oh,
much.
good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, good. It's down. Oh, good.
69, 77, yeah. Ooh.
Okay. So let's see our comfort pause. Natural breath in, natural breath out. Pinch the nose. Count the seconds until there's a definite wanting to release You might even feel a little flutter in the throat or in the diaphragm. But when you release, it's always back into the nose and there's no gasping. It's like a natural breath. Good. Everybody okay with that? Up, down, middle? Okay, good. Good.
One up.
Oh, well, that's sort of, Bobby Joe, it's, like going down it could go down because we've just been doing a lot. So that's a really good indication that we, like really you should wait 5 minutes, but we're so busy.
Yeah, right.
Okay. You are an awesome, awesome group.
Awesome.
Awesome. So,
Sorry?
has anybody got kind of something they'd like to see at the end, like of the 5 weeks?
Yeah, Novid gone.
That'd be a
For
nice
me,
one.
I would like my CP to go up. It's still pretty low.
It's okay. Are you doing the exercises?
Yes,
Oh, good.
mostly the cadence. This week it was mostly cadence 5-5. It's much easier to do when humming, by the way, the 4-6. And
Works. Yeah, for
the
sure.
walking. Those were the two my two go-tos that I do all the time, it seems. So
Okay, the cadence and the,
cadence and the walking.
okay.
One. But I find when I first go out the door, it's I open my mouth, and then I have to be like outside walking for a bit before I can breathe through my nose.
So what
Walking,
do you get from
so.
that?
Yeah. Mhm.
Maybe go a little slower.
Yeah. When I go out the door, I'm like full speed, and then I realize
When you go out the doors, we're like closing the door, putting the keys, the ignition. It'll seem like molasses. But as you stop becoming as breathless so soon, you're going to find you got more endurance, you got more energy, and you can go because you've got, you're building up your CP, and it'll show in your CP.
yes. I hope so. I hope so. That's what I'm hoping, that it just shows in my CP.
Oh, you know what? Don't judge. Some people, it's going to go quickly and then go into that plateau and then some it's going to go down, some to go up. So it's just taking the attitude of I'm witnessing and go, oh, isn't that interesting? I'm depressed. My number's down. I'm going to have to chastise myself. Or do the exercise. But see, if you do the exercises like the mini small breath holds and stuff like that, that's going to be giving you that taste of the
Hunger.
carbon dioxide.
Okay.
So the cadence doesn't do it so much, but it's got these other benefits. Unless, you feel like I am getting a sense of breathlessness. There's some air hunger there. That air hunger is what you want to have in a level that is, it's there, it's there, and it's not overbearing.
Okay.
So doing those ones are really good.
Okay.
And you can do the reduced breathing when you're driving.
Mhm.
You can throw them in there. And the humming one's good too. So, and when you're brushing your teeth.
Excellent.
No, if you can do that with your mouth.
You're here.
All right, you guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Deborah.
Bye,
You're
sweetie.
awesomer.
May your CP be with you.
May the fourth be with you.
Oh, wrong movie.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks,
Bye,
Deborah.
everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
See you in the
Bye.
morning.
See you next week.
Next week.
And Rita, I put my glasses on. Leave meeting. Bye, sweetie.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Poopsie. See you tomorrow. Oh, by the
Yeah.
way, I picked it up.
Oh, good. I wanted to know that.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I told him that I was going to pick it up on the weekend because I knew that I wasn't, no, they called and then he said I could pick it up on the weekend. I said, could I come Saturday or Sunday? And he said, oh, definitely, we're here.
Oh, great. Well, I knew they're a little bit more relaxed in Victoria, so
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
more so than here, but that's
Yeah.
great. Awesome.
yeah, yeah. Did he cut your hair here too?
No, I got this little kink going on here. So
I
no,
really like your
have,
hair.
I have longer leg. Oh, thanks for saying that. I don't.
Oh, you don't?
My daughter says, "Oh, mother, you're never happy." I said, "No, I was just getting used to no bangs." So I don't know why I did it. It's okay. It'll grow.